to ancientherbal.care.com for all your skincare needs. That's ancientherbal.care.com. Link is at the top line of the description.
Great points. Let me ask you this, because it seems like, and I could be wrong, but the industry kind of makes a light of their artists, their rap, their hip hop artists living these gangster lifestyles. And we had our man Faizon Love on about a year ago now, and he obviously had some things to say about our man Davies. Yep, absolutely. And then we see what happened with 6ix9ine, and I'm not putting Davies and 6ix9ine in any kind of similar box, but I'm saying hip hop in general, right? It seems like a lot of them are playing roles that they aren't really in real life, and those roles typically are the gangster lifestyle, the blood, the Crip, whatever the case may be. In your opinion, what's the percentage of rappers that are living that fake lifestyle, and why do you think, if in fact the industry is pushing it, why do you think the industry pushes that lifestyle in particular?
So I met Dave probably 2 or 3 years before everybody else got a wind of him. He was a 30 Crip then.
Okay, good word.
So I seen Faizon on his line, but I don't know the depth of whatever they shit is. You know what I mean? But Dave, for sure, when I met Cuz, he was a Crip. You know what I mean? For whatever that is worth. Like, he was a Crip. I met him. We was in Harlem in a blood neighborhood on a basketball court. Feel me? Chopping it up. And I seen Cuz, and he was a Crip. You know what I'm saying? He was pushing his line. So I definitely don't think gangbanging stops here. I think a lot of real, like, older G's, like Faizon and different homies, they feel like, they don't look at it the same way over there. I've been over there. I know these niggas are serious. I've been to BX in certain hoods, cuz, and them niggas is cripping. Them niggas is on. Ain't no question. So I respect anybody that's standing up for their friends in their neighborhood anyway. That's your thing. However you title it is unimportant to me. The second part of your question, is there a percentage? I don't know. I mean, I think the industry seems like it's pushing it. Hip-hop is so much, especially once you get out of New York, hip-hop is so much rooted in culture. It's rooted in culture in New York as well, but being hip-hop just means the art of rapping, the art of being a DJ, the art of dancing, the art of tagging, all of those things, the lessons, all stuff. And that's it. But for us outside of New York, right, you have to, outside of the East, you have to really bring your culture and represent it to be, a part of hip hop, or for the rest of the country to give you any activity, for them to fuck with your shit. So gang culture is such a marketable culture because it's represented really well with, fashion is represented really well with language, is represented really well with, a lot of, simple things that anybody could do. Anybody could be a Crip for Halloween. Anybody could be a LA Crip for Halloween. There's an outfit to buy. You know what I mean? It's a way to talk. It's a cuisine. It's a beverage. It's a 40-ounce beverage you can carry and look the part. To be in New York niggas the same way. You could, that cultural. You could wear some baggy jeans, a bubble coat, and some Timbs, and say son, and have the lingo, and it's there. So I think those two are the most emulated in all of the country and all of the world, because our cultures are so, overrepresented. It's simple. It's a uniform. Everything about the surface of it is really simple. So I think that's why industry tends to lean that way, because you can see the surface of it. It's so easy to fool people. Nobody asks, for depth in culture. They don't ask for morality. They don't ask for social norms. They don't ask for, any of those things. The economy, all the other elements in culture that make up culture. The average person that listens to hip hop, they don't ask for it. They just asking for the surface, the language, the fashion, and the cuisine. It's simple. So hip hop is all about marketing culture. That's an easy culture to market.
Right. Now, speaking of culture, I heard you talking about Drake. Could you explain what you were talking about with him? You said that he, and correct me if I'm wrong, isn't really hip hop, or more so rap. Can you explain that to our audience?
I think we're going into a phase of mainstream rap. Like
Okay.
hip hop didn't create rap. Rap was around before hip hop. We popularized rap, right? We didn't create DJing, we popularized DJing. We didn't create dancing, we popularized the style of dancing. We wasn't the first friend on the wall, we popularized these things. And so anytime somebody does them, we automatically assumes that they're part of a culture. Drake is not. Drake is one of the first people that's a mainstream rapper. He's a success story from, a suburb in Toronto, Canada. He's not about representing culture. And I've compared him to Madonna. Madonna is another super global icon who was able to go around and kind of colonize sounds and create global smash records with any sound she touched. And that's very much Drake. He can go to Memphis and work with that style and make a smash hit record. He could come to the West Coast and make YOLO, you know what I'm saying, with us. And he can go to, some cast that's in New York and make Started from the Bottom. Like he can go to the Midwest and do anything. Like he's a very much a blank canvas. And hip hop is very much a painted canvas. Drake can paint anything he wants on his own canvas. He doesn't bear the burden of any culture. And when you see him, you don't necessarily get fashion or cuisine Toronto niggas, because that ain't how Toronto niggas are. Like I know some street niggas in Toronto. But again, you get a mainstream rapper. It's a lot of different rap going on. Mainstream rap, alternative rap. But it's not all hip hop. Everybody rapping isn't hip hop. And I think people took it as a diss because I think they assumed that I was saying he was a culture vulture or something. It's like, nah, he's still a black man. Like he's not none of that. It's just hip hop is a very cultured thing. And it's very much carrying the burden, like Jesus carrying the cross on his back or something. You know what I'm saying? It's tough, to be Hove and come out and the news protesting you because you're the first person that's drug dealing, or being Snoop and you're the token boy of cripping and gang banging. You know what I mean? That's carrying burden. That's what hip hop is all about, carrying culture. LL, to talk that way. And I think Drake's situation is unique. He's a mainstream kid who's a part of a mainstream television show who came up and liked rap and loved hip hop and, threw his hat in the race, and Kanye kind of made a space where that can exist, and you don't have to represent an urban street corner the way hip hop did initially. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed. Appreciate that perspective.